going to the cruise, guys. That is included on the package. So we're going now to the cruise. That was nice. It's nice there. But this is the biggest one. Yeah, don't close that one now. We need to show that. We can get some drinks there. I want to take a photo again. This is the Tower Bridge. Castle? Castle. This is amazing, guys. Tower of London. It's beautiful. Beautiful. We're going to the cruise. Cruise.
Afternoon, to step please. Don't worry about your tickets.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Theatre. Ahead of us is the Millennium Wibbly Wobbly Footbridge, open for the Millennium celebrations. Closed down 6 hours later, it wobbled so much everyone fell over. 2 years later, £100 million more, it was all to do with counterweights. But dominate your right-hand skyline, Sir Christopher Wren's masterpiece, St Paul's Cathedral. 35 years to complete. Now from the base to the tip of the Golden Cross, exactly 365 feet high, 1 foot for every day of the year. The dome is the world's second largest unsupported dome to the Vatican of Rome. If you look over to your right, you'll get a direct view right the way to the south side of St Paul's Cathedral to the Paternoster Stairs. You're keeping over to your right, the red brick building called the City of London School. This is the new City of London School. Boys and girls, this is where Daniel Radcliffe went to school. You all know him as Harry Potter. It's only for just modern art gallery, the Tate Modern. If you like modern art, please pay it a visit. They've got such weird and wonderful things in there. They've got like 165 foot, practically described by a top art critic as a collection of retrospective artistic pieces, or crap for short. Before we get through Blackfriars Bridges, look to your right, you're going to see a church coming up that looks like a wedding cake. It is actually called St Bride's Church, designed by Sir Christopher Wren. That's where the inspiration of the tiered wedding cake actually originates from. It stands at the end of Fleet Street, called St Bride's Church. The next bridge is Blackfriars Bridge. As we get in between the bridge, if you look left and right, you're going to see 8 red direct columns. This is all what remains of the original St Paul's Alexandria Railway Bridge, designed by the great engineer in Zumbar Kingdom, Brunel. It done the first London to Dover and Chatham railway line for steam trains. The top span was only demolished just over 30 years ago, purely for safety reasons. Your third bridge, Blackfriars Road Footbridge. Look at the buttresses. They look like pulpits to a church. Well, there is actually put here on express order Blackfriars. Right, next over on our right, the first building on the corner, this is Unilever House. That's the headquarters of the giant soap and detergent manufacturers. That's what your washing powder pays for, ladies and gents. Next door to this, that building with the green sloping roof, this is the old City of London School for Boys. Many of our statesmen and politicians of old went to school here, including Winston Churchill. Now next door to this on your right, the red brick Gothic style building is Zion College and Library. It's a college of theology. Many of our clergy are still actually trained here. But it does house one of the most impressive libraries in the world. It holds Queen Victoria's own personal Bible and books first ever printed on the William Caxton's printing press. There's a big stone archway in between the trees. This is known as Temple Arch or Temple Gate. This is telling you we are leaving the City of London and we're entering the City of Westminster. Remembering the City of London is one of the smallest cities in the world. It is only 1 square mile. If you look each side of the roadway as we go past here, this side, you'll see a big silver dragon each side the main road. These are called gargoyles. They're on all 4 main roads that goes into the City of London. They was actually put there to ward off evil spirits from entering into the City of London. And even when Her Majesty passes these points, she bows her head and says, "I come in peace." The large ship over to our right is the Wellington. Now, the Wellington was given to us by the New Zealand Navy. She is permanently moored here, and she is here for master mariners and retired sea captains. To become a master mariner, you've got to be a captain at sea for 25 years or a ship owner. You can also hire parts of her out for private weddings and parties as well. Now, next, just ahead of us to the right, beyond the trees, there's a very ornate building going to come into view with a little green dome in the middle. This is Somerset House. This is what the Duke of Somerset had built as his London residence many hundreds of years ago. Well, until 1992, Somerset House used to house all our births, deaths and marriages in England and Wales. Reopened to the public in 2001. As part of King's College, the middle atrium was filled in many years ago. Anyone seen London Fallen? Well, when they landed in the middle of that big building with all the helicopters and the Chinooks, it was actually filmed in the middle of Somerset House. Also, we usually have an ice skating rink for Christmas and open-air cinemas and concerts in the summer. Keeping over to your right, as we do go past it, look the other side of Victoria Embankment. On the bottom of Somerset House, you'll see an archway. That's how wide the River Thames used to be. The Duke of Somerset had his own boat and took him into a middle atrium pool in the middle of his own palace. Now that's what you call ostentatious. Your next bridge, Waterloo Road and Footbridge, this is affectionately known as the Ladies' Bridge. It is built during the Second World War with over 90% female labour. But the ladies managed to pick the most expensive stone to face this bridge, called a self-cleansing Portland stone. When we get heavy rain here, the face of the bridge washes itself. So if you looked at the underside of the bridge, where rain cannot penetrate, it become polluted with grime and dirt over the years. And also, it is the only bridge in London that was actually built on time and on budget. Commissioned in 1939, opened in 1945, but with over 90% female labour during the Second World War. Ahead of us to the left, you've got the Royal Festival Hall, the only remaining building of the Festival of Great Britain of 1951. It run from here as far up river as Battersea Park. It is now a Grade 2 listed building. We've still got concert halls, restaurants and bars inside, but now you can actually walk right away from the London Eye to Tower Bridge and eat and drink your way around the world, ladies and gents. We haven't managed it all in one day. Over to our right, our oldest monument on the banks of the River Thames, the 18-metre granite stone obelisk known as Cleopatra's Needle. It is over 3,500 years old, given to us by the grateful Egyptians for Battle of the Nile and defeat of Napoleon. The twin obelisk to this one stands in Central Park, New York City. Oh, look at the Sphinxes. You notice anything unusual about the Sphinxes? They're facing the wrong way. They should always guard monuments and not admire it. It wasn't noticed for nearly 20 years. When it was mentioned to the Queen, her actual words were, leave them as they are, London is unique. Your next bridge